Oh, we're live? Now we're live. Oh, hello. Coming to you live from Noah Mitchell's world famous garage. It's Movie Club, The Fifth Element. Do you like all of this beautiful mise en scène, as they would say in the movies? On stage, dressing the set. We got all types of fun, cool, funky stuff here, but that's not what you want to see. You want to see us talk about The Fifth Element. Well, before we can do that, this is my uninterrupted. Ralph said that I would not be allowed to give a long-winded review at the end. So I figured I would do the long-winded review up front. Get it out of the way, then we can all enjoy the rest of the show. So, France, 1960. It all starts with the Jean. We got three Jeans, aka Jean Cubed. So, Jean-Claude Forest, right? Barbarella, that runs in the French comics from 1962 to 1964. You might know the movie that we watched, which is based off of the comic, Barbarella, 1968. Now, Barbarella is connected to Fifth Element because, much like Fifth Element, spoiler alert, love plays a very important role. But Barbarella also served both the comic and the movie as inspiration for future sci-fi films, such as Star Wars. What else was influenced by Star Wars? Let's just follow the flow chart over here. We got Dune. We got the Incal, which was made by our second Jean Giraud, aka Mobius. Who actually worked directly on the Fifth Element. Also working on the Fifth Element was Jean-Claude Mézeret, who did storyboards and illustrations and whatnot. And I don't know, I'm getting pretty winded just talking about all this. I don't know if you want me to go through the whole thing. Ralph says no, we don't got time for this. Ralph, why don't you come on and tell us yourself how we don't have time for this?
I'll let Tank take over. Tank, tell him.
But look how I incorporated so many of our previously watched Movie Club movies.
You like your flow chart. You know what you should do?
Troopers, Aliens, Species, Total Recall. Everything comes back to the Fifth Element, Ralph. It's all the Fifth Element.
You look like a crazy conspiracy theorist. You look like Mel Gibson in Conspiracy Theory.
Is it because I am in a worn down, rusted garage?
That does add to that does add to it. I will be honest.
Luc Besson wrote and directed the film. Did you know that he was also? Did you know he was married to Marilyn Tedesco from 92 to 97, but the film was released in 97, where he began and started a relationship with Mila Jovovich from 97 to 99, who starred in Resident Evil in 2009, which was written and directed by Paul Wes Anderson, minus the E. That also stars Mila Jovovich.
Awesome.
All right.
You worry me, but I do appreciate the effort and the work you put into that flow chart. It is very impressive. Let's see.
I'm going to save it.
Let's see what Marilyn has to say about this.
Marilyn,
hello,
how are you doing?
I'm good. First off, how do you pronounce her last name?
I don't know. It's Jokovic. Yankovic.
Jovovich. It's
Mila Yankovic, famous polka parody artist.
Oh my God! You know what? There was too much there going on anyway. I don't know. That was the only thing that stuck in my mind because the only C that's in her name is at the very end with the CH. So it's Jovovich.
Jovovich.
Jesus. Who else do we have?
Looking very puzzled, leaning back, reclining. We got Brian O'Halloran. Hello, Brian.
It's O'Halloran. Apparently, your last name pronunciation skills. You might be having a stroke. Secondly, I thought I clicked the link on the University of Phoenix film study course and was on the most boring class. So thank God I realized, wait, I'm not having the stroke. We're doing movie club tonight.
You know, I had so much nice stuff that I was going to talk about.
I know, but it's
Your
an hour.
Q&A at the Keswick Theater.
We have an hour. You're not Kevin. You're not doing 3 hours. Even the dogs are like, please,
the dogs don't
please take me to a shelter. Speaking of which, what happened, man? Are they not paying you enough at Zenescope so that you can live outside the storage unit you're living in? What?
You got to talk to them, man. Their Wi-Fi's been whack all day.
Watch your dogs there.
Welcome, everybody. This is Movie Club, believe it or not. That's what we should title it. Movie Club.
It looked like it was going to be rated X there for a second.
Movie Club ?
Who else is on the tour here?
I don't know. Let's bring on Krystle. Oh, break the tension up. Hi, Krystle.
Hey, how are y'all tonight?
I thought I was doing well,
good.
but
You weren't. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, you're good, Noah. You're good. I'm giving you a hard time.
We're just busting your balls. Dude, we're just
You
busting
know,
your balls. You're in your garage.
It
Listen.
just shows that we're a family.
oh, that's nice. It is insane how much everything, it all comes back to the genres. It's all French comic books, man. Franco-Belgian. It's insane. Casey, wouldn't you agree?
Casey's gone.
She's like, I'm
Casey says, I don't want to be a part of this.
You knocked me out the second you brought me on. I'm a little offended.
Who else?
I'm sorry. I was so distracted at the Noah roast session.
Usually
it's the Casey roast session. This is nice. I like it. It's a new pace.
Hey, the way I see it, everyone's got to take a beating now and again.
There was too much to follow, and I was kind of in the middle of doing other things. So
no, you're fine. And there's a lot of arrows, and it's not even color coordinated. Like it's all black and white with just a smidge of yellow.
To be honest with you, I'm jealous of your penmanship and keeping everything perfectly horizontal. Like you actually, it looks like that shit was done on a computer, but I know it's all freehand. So, really, props
Thank you very
to
much.
that.
I appreciate it.
Next time I have to testify at a trial, you're making my flowcharts.
All right, that's good. And I will also say, Brian and Marilyn, this is the first time we've talked since, last month. But myself and my buddy, we went to go see your Clerks 3 road tour at the Keswick Theater. And you guys did a great job. And it was so cool to actually see you in, like a new thing that's come out since knowing you guys and talking to you guys. But yeah, I was, hey, there you go. But you both did a fantastic job in the movie and afterwards with Q&A. So I have to say, some of those questions were goofy. They weren't even questions. Like the first couple of things were just like advertisements.
Right. See, we should have had you up there with a big giant flow chart.
Maybe that would have probably helped. We could have kept everything in track.
And by the way, if you guys are watching at home and have not seen Clerks 3, it was so much different than I expected, and I absolutely loved it, you guys.
Thank you.
That was oh my god.
From the intro song.
Spoilers, but like holy bananas. And it's not
this guy.
You guys.
This guy.
No, both of you guys are so good. I love it. Ralph, you're a terrible person.
I don't know where to see it yet. I gotta go see it.
You gotta get on the internet.
I've been traveling every weekend. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it this weekend.
You're
I'm
a
excited.
terrible friend.
Sometimes I put off movies I really want to see so I can.
Just so you know, Ralph, it ends this weekend. It's coming out of theaters this weekend. Otherwise, you're gonna have to get it on the tour.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still in theaters?
Till the end of this week.
Well, then I'll go this weekend.
It was so good. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting it, and holy shit, it was so good.
I'm excited.
Amazing. All right, let's talk about Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Do we have to talk about it, or should we just?
Oh,
This is one of my favorite movies of all times, and I can't believe you don't like it, Ralph. Like, I think that says a lot
I didn't
about
say
you as a
that.
person.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
You did. Off camera, you did.
kind of did.
You did. You were like, I don't like this movie. It's the worst movie ever made.
No, I didn't say that.
you
Everybody
did.
say you're lying. I didn't say it's the worst movie ever. I just wasn't a huge fan, but maybe you guys could change my mind. Let's hear.
All
Let's hear it. Let's hear some thoughts on.
Where do we want to start? How do you want to start this? First time anyone seeing it? Let's do that. Which
that
we
was
usually
my
start.
first time.
This was my first full time. This whole movie club has been like movies that I've casually had on in the background.
I've never seen it. I don't know why I've never seen it. It seems like a movie I want to see. I would have gone. I don't have a clue why this. I knew of it for years, but I just never saw it.
It's so funny.
I can understand Casey and Noah being the first time, but Ralph never having seen it at all.
It's weird. I don't know. I don't know.
I
why.
feel like y'all are not really movie buffs at all. I feel like we're doing this movie club thing with like people who are not movie
The
buffs.
first one.
I'm crazy.
The first one I haven't seen. First one I haven't seen.
Oh my God, Brian Marilyn, right? Like, what?
Yeah.
the
Well,
hell?
listen, what? The internet has a show where people talk about things they have no fucking experience in? Why?
I know, God forbid.
It's so
I'm sorry,
new
I
to
didn't
the
see one
internet.
movie in my life.
You know what's funny? I've never seen this movie from the exact beginning to the end. I've always caught it like as the aliens are attacking the original god ship, and from that point on, I've seen it. But I never saw the whole Luke Perry beginning part.
Yeah, that was a shock.
Yeah, when I finally put it on because it was on Showtime, so I was able to just bring it up on demand on Showtime. I was like, oh, they're giving you the actual history. Here we go.
A young Luke Perry was not what I expected to see to open this film.
No,
in 1914.
Yeah.
May he
I
rest
was
in peace.
excited. I was excited. I saw Luke Perry. I thought, yes, this is. I mean, I love Luke Perry. Why not? I was encouraged early on, and then things fell apart from there.
Where did things fall apart, Ralph? Where was the moment in the movie where you were like, "Uri"?
You know, here's my issue, and I know it's no fault of anybody's. The portrayal of the future. When you watch these movies like Barbarella, etc., they try to portray a future that's so far off of what the future is going to be. It does take me out of it pretty quickly. Like the
Star Wars, that's an actual predictable future.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but we won't get into that. Don't get into that because this is
Couldn't that be said about?
I'm okay with Star Wars. I don't.
Okay.
It's not my favorite. However, I'm just saying, like, that took me out of it a little bit. But I was like, okay, let me go. I'll go along with it from here.
Okay, so you don't like. What about the sci-fi like future did you not like?
Like, I mean, like his apartment. Right away, we get on his apartment, and there was nothing made sense for the future. Like, I was like, none of this would be in the real future in 200 years.
You've never been in a friend's house in Manhattan or Lower Manhattan, which was even half that size, where literally you were lucky if your refrigerator sank into the floor.
But this is 200 years in the future. I feel like he didn't even have a cell phone. It was like hang up on the wall. Didn't make any sense.
It's like like Alexa.
His TV was like the size of a regular TV at that time.
Because the apartment's like the size of a shoebox.
These are just.
Plus, remember the president of the Federation says, "I have to protect 200 billion people."
Yeah,
that was a lot of people. That's
on Earth.
I feel like
there's no room. Where are you going to put all those people?
They didn't do the math correctly on the 200 billion.
Well, I mean, I see kind of what you're saying, but it's like this film came out in '97.
Right.
I mean, and even though in some movies some movies prior to that, sci-fi wise, kind of predicted items that we had in the future.
Yeah.
This one didn't exactly go there. So I kind of see what it is that you're saying. Because in 97, when it came out, we didn't have cell phones. We were starting to have computers.
Right. But you had like the old cell phones. Like you had like the big brick cell phones.
Okay,
like
so
they could've
that
at least-
took you out of the movie. So that
No,
was the
no. That didn't take me out entirely. That was just the first thing that I was like, all right. The traffic patterns in the flying cars, that was a mess. No one would have that traffic. That would be a horrible.
You mean the Jetsons was better?
That would be a horrible concept. It should have never there'd be people dying so much. There would never be 200 billion people with that traffic.
Ralph Tedesco, city planner. Here we go, people.
Don't let me plan. I mean, but I will
Somebody's
say
been playing
I
Sim
did
City.
enjoy that part. I enjoyed the flying vehicles. That was fun.
So for
I
me,
mean, when you think
That's
about
gonna
it,
turn
like
into me defend you guys attacking me for not liking the movie for the next 45 minutes. Okay.
No, it's not
yeah.
attacking for not liking the movie.
Let's
It's
go back to Noah's flow.
your reasoning behind it.
Well,
is
it's
not-
interesting that you bring up the flowchart. Star Wars was 77, and Valerian, which heavily influenced.
No, it was a joke. Okay.
Oh.
So
Although there are flying cars in
the set
Valerian.
designs is
Noah
what made
asked what first did it for me. And I'm just saying, initially I was annoyed by the apartment. But that's fine. Nobody's perfect. We can't predict the future in 200 years. We can try maybe use our imaginations a little bit better, but that's neither here nor there.
It's not
But
here
it
nor
also,
there.
it also depends on the course of what our history goes in, whether it's in an upward spiral or if it's kind of goes up and then it comes down again, because it's like there's so much unpredictability. Now,
It's true.
when I initially started watching this, and even though I've seen it before, but I never really paid attention to what year this is. And so I looked that up, and that's the year 2263, 241 years into our future.
Right. Seems like a lot of years for us not to have made that.
Yeah. I mean, and
Or-
we're nowhere
or be
near.
dead.
As
I mean,
much as,
could be Waterworld.
as much technology as we have had in our lifetime, it's still nowhere near what we predicted the future to be at this time.
Correct. Sure.
Well put.
Okay, what's next?
Mine's
Uh,
not gonna change.
How about the actors? Is Bruce Willis,
So
Amelia, they all
yeah,
good?
let's talk about the actors because I will say for
I
me
have
that was the
gifs.
best part of the movie. The acting.
All right, everybody go around, say your favorite character.
I will go with Chris Tucker.
Same.
Whatever
Yeah.
his name. He was excellent in this movie. It was vintage Chris Tucker. I like to see it. It is. He did make this film much more watchable for me.
I
I
have
would
to
say,
agree.
I would say Ian Holm as Cornelius. I
Nice.
enjoyed him.
We have an Ian Holm
Ian Holm
We do
doesn't
not
get
have a GIF,
GIF.
unfortunately.
Damn it, Casey.
I did feel like because I was really watching Bruce Willis and watching very much like what he was doing and how much in it he was. I just felt like he was so into the moment and being present with what was going on that I really feel like it was one of his better performances and he's done a lot.
His charisma is definitely his 90s movies charisma is like unmatched. I mean,
And unchanged.
and
It's the
unchanged.
same.
It's the same. I mean, yeah, you could put him.
Every-
Die Hard Bruce Willis was the same as this guy.
Sure.
As Moonlighting Bruce Willis. Like if you watch the movie.
As the Armageddon Bruce Willis. As
Bruce.
Sure.
every Bruce
Armageddon
Willis.
Bruce Willis was a little bit more. He started getting a little bit more. He's like, I'm going to play this character a little more angry. But he had charisma. That was made him a movie star. And this was like the last of his hair, right? This was like right before.
I think so.
This was like when his hair was hanging on. He shouldn't have bleached it because I think it accelerated the hair loss.
It's Sixth Sense. He's got hair though, or is that a toupee?
It might be a toupee.
Might be a toupee.
I'm thinking by then toupee. This was not a toupee.
How about Gary Oldman's hair?
Excellent. He was a good character. It was weird. He made some weird choices, which you got to commend him for.
He actually is not a fan of this film.
That's what I heard. I read Bruce Willis loved making it. Chris Tucker liked making it. And Gary Oldman's like, nah, I can't stand the thing.
And he actually took it without reading the script, and he did it as a favor to the director and writer.
Well, yeah, they did The Professional together,
which was amazing.
Huge. He was amazing in that. So I assume he trusted anything that Luke handed him. He'd be like, sure.
Right. You would try after you made The Professional, Leon. You make like one of the greatest character movies, action dramas of all time, and then this.
I think this is one of the best sci-fi films of all time.
Very confusing.
I agree.
Like, I really do think this movie deserves a very special spot in the sci-fi cinema.
I think it does.
I'm a huge fan of this. Mr. Kim is probably my favorite actor in this film. Very short role. He's the guy with the Chinese floating boat. And he's like, check your message, good fortune. And he was like, no, the last two messages was my wife leaving me and then my lawyer leaving me with my wife. And he was like, I bet lunch on it, like, good fortune. It's like, you're fired. And he's like, hey, well, at least I got free lunch. And Mr. Kim was like, good philosophy. I like. I think that's probably my favorite, quote of the film.
The tone was interesting. I mean, it was definitely very comedic and light.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my mixed movie opinions, but the incorporation of the comedy aspects, some of them were just so on the nose, which I normally don't mind, but it was an interesting parallel to you have these, high budget action, practical effects. And then you have pretty much like a Looney Tunes music score with them looking at the camera like Lee Luke goes to change and they both turn around and they go,
right.
Or when they're poisoning the priest at the beginning, they're kind of doing the oh my gosh. Or my favorite scene when they're changing the nuclear reactors under the spaceship and it's cutting between the two of them having sex, and then they're putting in the canisters in the spaceship and the guys are underneath smoking, just yeah.
Right.
Goofy stuff.
I love it.
It was a tone. I was fine with the tone. I think the tone was fine. Didn't hate it. I liked the comedy. They didn't take itself too seriously. So that part I think was for me, I'm fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with it. Didn't.
I'm good with the whole tone of the movie.
Casey loved it.
Casey's favorite movie of all time, potentially.
Maybe of this year.
We never saw this before, so what made this so?
Because it's not a sci-fi movie that's just trying to be the best production value or the best special effects. It actually has something else, which is the comedic value to it. I think Bruce Willis's character is just likable as a main character. I wanted to see him succeed. Lilu, her outfits, just her mannerisms, iconic. And then Chris Tucker just steals the whole movie. It's the best thing ever. Does. And they throw in all of these just weird aspects, like the diva singing, why does Chris Tucker's hair look like that? I don't know. There's no explanation for it, but it's become iconic, and I love it.
So let's talk about Chris Tucker's outfit.
Yeah.
Well, all of them. Jean-Paul Gaultier is the costume designer of the whole thing. And then the art direction was, I think, really, really great it was a look that you haven't really seen before in films like that. Or if you had, it was like a throwback of that kind of really extravagant kind of outfits that you'd see in 1960s type of sci-fi type stuff.
And Jean-Paul Gaultier did a lot of Madonna's outfits in the 80s and a lot of really big, a lot of Prince's outfits. And in fact, Prince was actually cast for the role of Chris Tucker's character, which I think would have been so crazy. I think Chris Tucker just stole this movie with that role.
Prince was cast in it, or was
no, he was going to play Ruby Rod.
Yeah, I think it was written for him in mind, at least.
Yeah,
but Jamie Foxx was also considered for that, and I hadn't seen Prince, so it's an interesting dynamic to see who's up for certain roles.
No, Jamie Foxx during In Living Color days, probably.
And also the fact that they had also cast quite a few fashion models as different, like the VIP stewardesses, Zorn's secretary, a bunch of people, and even male models who are in this. I was just like, wow, I see Jean-Paul Gaultier and Luc Besson were just like, who are those guys at the party? And who are these women? Yeah, I like their look. Let's bring them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually got to see all these costumes on exhibit when the Jean Paul exhibit came to Dallas, and Ruby Rod's in person is so fun. I love all the hair. Like, I hope that's what the future is going to be like. It seems wild and fun.
I would like to see this movie remade.
Really?
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
I mean, I just would like to see that. I would like to see that. What would be the remake version? Who would star in the remake? I'd like to do that game too.
Lil Nas X.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly,
yeah, that could be easily done.
Yeah. Although I don't know if he's like super funny. Like, is he funny? I don't know.
Find out.
Right? Like his outfits are there.
I like his
doesn't
TikToks.
have to be, but Lil Nas X doesn't have to be Chris Tucker. He could just be Lil Nas X saying those lines.
Right.
Yeah.
They're making an InCal movie. If you paid attention to the flowchart, you would know that the InCal had a lot of influence and is similar to The Fifth Element. But that is coming out in the near future, and that's going to be directed by Taika Waititi. So you might get your wish right.
That I'll see any day. Though, I love him. He's a great director.
I don't know. I feel like this movie is just it's got such like a fun sci-fi feel to it, like the earth, wind, water, fire, and then like the love aspect. I think to me that's what carried this movie so far, especially from when I first saw it in like junior high and high school, you know, even until the rewatch of it. I have some of the stones in my backyard, just placed around my backyard.
Nice.
Yeah, I've almost got the tattoo like multiple times, but luckily I'm afraid of ink, so I haven't. But I think
you're afraid of getting ink, or you're afraid of ink.
I'm afraid of getting something because I'm like, I don't think I would like it in 10 years. Like, I'm just pretty.
Right.
I find it interesting that he wrote this when he was still in high school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody's backstage. We have a special guest backstage. We forgot to mention that Sun was going to be late tonight. Let's bring her on real quick.
Woohoo!
Welcome.
Hey.
Sun.
Hi. I'm here. Sorry, guys. I had appointment for my back. I'm seeing a chiropractor, but I'm okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You're just talking about how much I love the movie and everybody else hates it. And I was just challenging everybody. I'm just challenging everybody.
You actually liked it? I'm surprised you did.
No.
You liked it?
He did.
He's lying, son.
He's lying. He's
Sort of the
lying.
Oh, all right.
Son, what did you think? Initial thoughts.
Well, I actually haven't seen it recently, but it's one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. Like, it's such a classic. I'm also a huge fan of Luc Besson in general. Like, he directed The Professional. I'm hoping you guys didn't already say all this. He did The Professional.
Say he directed The Professional, but
We did, but we're glad to have like-minded people saying the same thing.
Yeah, he's so amazing. Well, his art is amazing. I'm not sure if he's like personally amazing, but yeah, I love his movies. Actually, the Fifth Element was huge for me. Like, so much so that Lucy and the Fifth Element were both like I wrote like Ormus. My comic book has a lot of that in there. So yeah, he was definitely a huge influence on me. So I love this movie so much. I haven't seen it in a long time, but yeah.
Nice.
I still have
it's
like,
in
my favorite
plastic.
scenes and like my favorite. Yes, it is. I was hearing you about the stones. Have you guys seen the meme going around?
No.
No.
There's this hilarious meme of like just that's all it says is just like if you don't know what these are, you're too young for me, and it's like just a picture of the stones.
Yes.
I think I did see that, and I was like, well, I guess I'm too young for this person.
But I will say it was just a little aggravating because they were like, how do we open these stones? How do we get them to work? And I'm just like, I said out loud, like, spit on them. Like for the water stone. And then they were just like, it took them, I don't know, it took them too long in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's where my disbelief ceased to suspend.
That's what it was. It's the stone.
I made it an hour and 50 minutes into the movie before I said, "What's this?"
This is too much.
Maybe escape rooms don't exist in that universe.
There you go, Ralph. They predicted escape rooms.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You didn't think it was an accurate depiction.
Wasn't too accurate.
Give me the cash.
All right. So everyone's favorite. What was everyone's favorite scene?
Yeah, we have to do favorite scene next. I think. I'll go last. I have to think about it.
Well, let's have Sun since she just joined us. What was your favorite scene?
For me, I think it would be the opera singer. That scene has always given me chills every time. It's just so amazing. Oh yeah, yes, I'm all about that.
That dance should have fought on a little bit better.
And the way that it's like kind of cut scene with like the action that was going on with Lulu.
That was cool. That part was actually cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that was actually one of the biggest explosions in a movie up to date. So, well, 1997. So
Oh yeah, that's a good
their
question.
special effects actually did win a lot. I know Casey said that they weren't like leaning on the special effects as much as, or like it wasn't like obvious that they were leaning on them, but their special effects were honestly insane for 1997.
Yeah,
And some of them hold up.
They do. Honestly, I was talking about that. I watched it on Twitch yesterday, and I was like, you guys, this was made in 1997. And honestly, like, if I saw this in theaters this week, this would be like my favorite movie right now because I think it's so clean. And I don't think they used like green screen, like none of the special effects bothered me at all. And a lot of them are practical effects. Like a lot of those cars I've got to see at Comic-Cons over the, last decade of my life. Oh my God. But yeah, I think that the props in this film were some of the best. Like I think this is one of the best films like made, honestly. Like I
don't know how you're gonna top Barbarella.
This is much better than Barbarella. I will say that.
Wow.
You know why? Because you also get to see her titties.
You gave it a 5. But it's better.
And they were perfect titties. By the way, when this started, I was like, all right, you guys, how tall is she? What is the height of a perfect woman? Who knows? Who remembers?
5'9".
5'9", baby. I am very short. So
5'9" is a good height.
No. I'm very short. This is real. This is true.
Marilyn, you're pretty short. Not too short though. Not too short.
But I do love at the very beginning of the movie, Bruce Willis is kind of giving over his ex leaving him, and I can't remember who he's talking to, but maybe his boss or something, and he was just like his friend, and he was talking about how he was like, oh, there's tons, like billions of girls in the world, and he was like, I don't want all the girls in the world, I want the one, like I want the perfect one. And that line, rewatching the film, I was like, oh, that line never hit the way that it did like this time, because she literally is the supreme being, the perfect one. So when he hears the priest say that she's the perfect one, that's kind of when he like is like, oh my God, this is what I'm wishing for. So I just let
me ask this: the deal with the voice acting of his mom, did that bother anybody else?
It's
She sounded so young.
Very much so, and the person is uncredited, so there is nobody knows who that was.
It just sounded weird to be his mom. It sounded like his wife.
sound like a mom.
Very bothersome. Another bothersome thing.
They wanted someone with an annoying voice. They got it.
It wasn't even that it was annoying. She just sounded like it didn't sound like a mom. It was just weird. I don't know.
I need a vacation. Why don't you take your mother on a vacation?
That would have been a better. No, that's a better voice than the voice.
Ralph, you need to hang out with more Jewish moms. I feel like that's a very classic.
I mean, it didn't sound like a Jewish mom. I've heard that. I grew up in a Jewish family.
I've heard that. It sounded pretty on par.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. I heard, Demi Moore personally. I just yelling at him.
It
Why
sounds
is he
like
always leaving me?
it sounded more like a wife, and the voice, whatever.
Was he married to Demi Moore while filming this?
At that time?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, now we have to look that up.
Yeah.
Well, so fun fact.
It did make me want to watch Moonlighting again, which I haven't seen in fucking ever. I don't know if you guys know what Moonlighting is.
Of course I do.
Marilyn, Brian.
Yes.
I know. I've never seen it.
That's when you're trying to trick somebody into doing something that they didn't actually do.
No, I think it's a movie that Bruce Willis did.
That's gaslighting, Noah.
TV series.
TV show.
Series.
So they separated in 1998, November of 98.
Oh, so they were.
Oh, that was probably Demi on the phone, and they just magically worked the words. When are you getting off the set? Why am I home with these kids? What the hell is going on? What are you shooting a movie? Luke who? Never heard of him. Come on, get home, Bruce.
Die hard. You'll wish you have died hard when I'm through with you.
So Lelu actually babysit for Bruce and Demi while filming this, and she was like Mila Jovovich. Yeah, she was the youngest by far on the crew, so she actually didn't party much with the rest of the cast. She kind of just like showed up, did her stuff, and then left, and got really close to Bruce and Demi and babysat for them. So I would thought it was Demi who at that time, but I wasn't sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a favorite scene?
For me, it's not the favorite. Well, I mean, it's favorite scene, but it's as a whole, not like anything in particular. And it is, once the opera starts and goes right on through, and Chris Tucker's expressions and funny moments and like him in that. Carmen, oh my God, Carmen! So
and his screams are so good.
Yeah,
I liked when the initial Zorn meeting with the aliens to get the case of stones, and he's trading the weapons for the case of stones, and the whole demonstration of the new rifle and everything. That was I thought that was a good monologue.
That was a cool scene. That was actually
Fire Blaster, my personal favorite.
Right.
Forgot about it. Somebody mentioned Mila's daughter. She really looks just like her.
She does. Yeah.
If we recast it today.
Looks like her. I thought you meant looked like Bruce Willis. I was like, what?
Yes, she looked like Bruce Willis, weirdly enough.
Did you guys know that Mila started to... I don't know if they were married, but did you guys know that she started dating Luc Besson?
Yes, actually. They were married from 97 to 99.
Oh, you guys already talked about that?
I wanted to, son.
Oh, okay.
Don't you missed Noah's flowchart.
Oh my God, Noah. I love that. That's great.
But what's the great thing about this show is people can watch it again on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch.
And now Twitter.
Whoa! Zenescope Plus.
I think another part that I forgot about, and when I rewatched it, I got really excited about, was the McDonald's and the McDonald's girls and the costumes.
Yeah.
Dude, so I've seen girls cosplay that at Dragon Con for years and I literally was like, that must be like some Japanese thing I don't know about. I thought it was like anime. It was like an element. Oh my God.
It does seem like a Japanese. Yeah, that does make sense. I thought the same thing.
So I wonder if McDonald's had like a big...
They sponsored the crap out of that movie.
Advertisement is what it.
Yeah,
because they had like the truck
I think they put
theater.
the whole budget up for that film. They were in it a lot.
They were
The
in
cruise ship outfits were so cute too.
I always see those at DragonCon. I remember those. Oh my god!
I know this is a love fest for this movie, but were there any flaws or anything in the film that you guys thought, oh, that was silly?
I mean, there were a few things, but nothing that glared at me. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I think like when the mom is talking to the president and she's like, "He's stupid. You don't sound stupid." Like, that was like the one part where I was like, okay, the mom, like, I get it, it's funny, but like the movie could have like just not had that in there too.
I mean, literally every part where he talks to his mom could easily have been trimmed.
Yes.
Just easily.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't think it added like.
Well, I don't think it was. Yeah, it didn't add anything.
Vindicated on the mom voice acting.
Somebody in the writer's room was like, no, we got to put this in. This is hilarious, you guys.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah.
Nobody's talked about the scene at the very beginning with the what do you call it? This guy.
I did. I said, "Give me the cash," and no one laughed.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
was like, "Okay, nobody liked that scene."
Yeah.
I love that scene.
I think the whole apartment beginning really took me out of it.
Well, okay, so I was like,
Like that weird crackhead at his door, like it was just like so. I was like, what's going on?
What are you talking about? I feel like that's so futuristic. Like
He's
scamming
got
everybody.
You guys know in the future people are gonna rob.
Yes. Yes, I do. Especially with the way capitalism is going right now. Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
And how about the bit where what do you call it? Bruce Willis gets laid off, and how they were kind of talking about that before. I forget what the reasoning was, but Gary Oldman's like, just fire 2 million of them, call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah. So he actually worked for the company. Yeah.
Yeah. So multi-conglomerates, monopolies, Ralph.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the corporations. Yeah, it all. I felt like it really did a good job of showing the future. Like, yes, the meat popsicle. Okay, that is on my notes, and I can't believe I didn't bring that up. Like, are you classified as a human? Negative. I'm a meat popsicle. And then the guy next to him was like, "F you," and he's like, "Wrong answer." Yeah, that part was that. That's a very quotable line, I think. Extremely quotable. This movie is super quotable because it's a classic. Oh, he says smoke you. I think you're right. Grave mistake. He says smoke you, not F you. And I'm sorry for
Smoke you. So, Christopher says Mila was only 17 when this was filmed. Really?
That's what I'm saying. Like, she was really young.
Wait, wasn't there a nude scene in it? Was that?
She was
her?
18. I think she was 18.
I thought she was 21.
I think she was.
It was
18.
also. I think it was also like a French production, so their laws are a little different.
Well, yeah, it was filmed in the UK
I mean,
and
Bruce
Iceland.
is probably what, like 40 at that point?
He's
I mean,
always
I'm
been
You know
40.
Hollywood.
I mean, I'm not
You
even.
know
I'm
Hollywood.
thinking 97. Bruce was probably around 40.
I think this is like one of the last movies where he has hair, isn't it?
We
Ralph
did
did definitely mention that.
we did cover that. as
Oh,
well.
okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I said that bleach might have ruined it forever. Bruce.
I like
Willis,
his look. Whatever.
Bruce Willis.
I love his look in this film. I thought, like, rewatching it, I was like, okay, he was like really hot in this film. Actually.
I like his jacket with like the big old puff pad shoulders.
Or his little orange shirt with like no back.
Yeah.
Yes,
He was like 41 or 42, and she was maybe 18.
She was 22, 21, 22. Just did the math.
I mean, Leo does it. Who cares?
So well, it took 4 months to shoot. So,
although I will say, the opera singer that he was, the girl that played the opera singer was his former wife, and they got married when she was 16.
Oh, well,
and
snap.
then he left her for Mila.
Oh, that is a triangle.
Once again, we're talking about French people.
Right.
French people. Topless, bathing on the beach. Like, it's a very liberal country in that sense. So.
Wee wee.
Wee wee, poo poo.
Luke is 4 years younger than Bruce, by the way. So he was probably 38-ish when he made this movie.
I think another really good scene is when he kisses her when she's sleeping and she says like ecto something. Yeah, in her language. And he's just like, so she's like, not without permission. Or the priest said it's not without permission. And I was like, I like that. I love that scene. Because if a guy
this movie was not produced by Harvey Weinstein, so we do know that.
So the divine language was invented by Luc Besson and refined by Mila and him. So I thought that interesting. It's like, because I've had films where it's like I had to be saying something in a different language, and it's like I would ask, it's like, well, what do you want me to do? What and they're like, just make something up. And I'm like, I don't want to just make something up. I want it to actually mean something.
Yeah. Well, you know what time it is? Do you know what time
Rating time?
Chart time?
It's chart time.
It's chart time.
It's chart time, and it's rating time. And then it's cover time. There's a lot of time.
Whoa.
We are getting very advanced here with the bell. We have a bell now and some sound.
Did Dick Wolf just walk by?
I don't know if you guys
Solving
know
a
that.
mystery.
Every time we play that, we owe $500 to somebody.
Executive producer Dick Wolf.
Okay, let's see the. Do we do the Zenescope chart now?
The Zenescope chart.
Pirates had a nice score.
Yarg.
I love Pirates. That was good. That was good stuff.
There's a lot of poorly reviewed movies this year. I feel like
We did not start off great.
Don't worry. As I'm looking at the future, we have a lot of downtime, it seems, coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never saw Jennifer's Body, and I've never seen Gremlins either.
What?
Where did you live, Ralph? I don't understand you.
Yeah.
I missed this.
I have no idea what Trick or Treat is.
What orphanage? What orphanage were you brought up in?
For real, Ralph. For real.
I just never. If I don't want to see a movie, I don't see it.
All right.
That's my
How
rule.
would you not want to see Gremlins?
First of all,
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Who's doing what?
I'm excited now, though, to watch it. 30.
I'll go first. I give it a 5.
I think I kind of knew that.
Next year, RoboCop is on the list, so stick with us. See,
No.
it's on the fucking flow chart.
It's on the flow chart.
Okay,
You
Noah,
guys
can
want the
please
flow
send me
chart for
that?
yourselves?
I need that.
Email Noah at Noah with your email, and then you can send them a flow chart.
Email me at casey.brennan.
Oh, screw you.
If you guys want a Noah Mitchell flow chart, email Noah. Okay,
No chart.
who wants to start? I don't care.
Krystle
did
gave
already.
a 5.
You're not paying attention.
I plead the 5th.
5 stars. Krystle,
I will
5.
also give it 5 elements.
5 elements. All
5
right.
elements.
Ryan and Krystle give it 5 elements out of 5.
Hell yeah, dude. NASA needs to take a look at this movie because I don't know if
Noah-
you guys heard, but NASA's trying to
Noah-
figure out how to stop actual craters from hitting us, asteroids, and this movie literally
Did
shows.
you not watch Armageddon? They did it in Armageddon.
Well, this way is
Bruce
better.
Willis was also Bruce
Also,
Willis.
Bruce, yeah,
played
NASA
by
and Bruce just need to
Bruce Willis.
hook up.
Character of Bruce Willis, played by Bruce Willis. Noah, do you have a Zenescope rating for us?
I give it a
Elements.
3.25.
3.25 elements.
Because of his age, it's okay.
The 3.25 element.
I have reasoning, but Ralph won't let me explain.
I don't need your reasoning. Is it on the flow chart?
Oh, well, the flow chart kind of explains it some, but
Case. All right, what's your reasoning? Brief
But
reasoning.
I want to hear Noah's
Brief reasoning.
Rationale.
Rationale, I gave Barbarella and The Crow a 3. So I'm giving this a 3.25 because I like it and it's on about par, but just a smidge above.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Short and sweet. Casey.
Well, I was gonna give it a 4.75, but I think Noah's score is unjustified, so I'm gonna hit it with a hard 5.
Thank you.
Where do you guys leave room for anything? I don't even understand it.
This is my first 5. You can't yell at me.
And the only other 5 I gave was Barbarella, so you know this one's getting a 5. Pirate should have got a 5.
This might be.
Brian, who wants to go next?
Go ahead, Brian.
Sure. I'm going to say that I liked the actors who were in it. I love the sets and the costumes. I thought the production design was amazing. Just the history of Luc Besson in general. I like all of his storytelling. So this was one of his films that he kind of just let loose and just be fun with it and stuff. So I think I'm going to give this one the 4 elements. So
4 out of 5 elements.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 elements.
4 out of 5 elements. It's a good rating. It's a good rating.
Brian's missing the love. He couldn't find the love.
This might very well be the most.
Krystle and Casey went with the Samson rating, which is we knew Samson was always going to go with a 5 because we all know that.
Marilyn.
Brian with a realistic rating.
No, is there room for improvement? Absolutely.
Yes, there's always.
So I'm not going to say it's an epic film that should be preserved, but it is what it is.
Multi-pass 5.
Multi-pass.
Marilyn, I want to hear what Marilyn gives it because this is very interesting.
So for me, the movie is fun. And like Brian said, it's like I enjoy the storytelling of it, the costumes, the innovation of it, especially coming from someone who stuck with it from the age of 16 when he wrote it, and probably did edits to it and all that once he finally did get to do it. But still, it's something that he created at 16. And it's just a fun movie for me. Now, I wouldn't say that it's the best movie out of the things that I actually do love. So I do want to kind of go in with like a 4.5. No, sorry, 4.25.
4.25.
All right, Ralph.
This is officially like the highest rated, I think.
I mean, this is
Ralph's gonna kill it.
Don't worry. I feel like I would say in a perfect world, I liked it half as much as you guys liked it. So half of a 5, 4 point. Half of a 4 would be a 2.
Math.
Half of realistically, I'm trying to. I love Luc Besson movies. The Professional's amazing. I like Lucy. These movies are all very good. This movie was it was fine. I'm sure if I watched it when it came out, I would have liked it better.
I think so too.
I think that hurts me. That's why I can't understand Casey's rationale because Casey had never seen it either. See, I think you guys all saw it, so you were like, "Oh, okay, this is."
But I mean,
What are you trying to say?
Ralph's giving you a 5. I just saw.
I'm trying to think of my score while I talk and try to talk.
there's the movie, but then there's the acting. Take the acting into consideration. I've watched crappy movies, but I enjoyed the acting.
You're right because there's movies we've watched that the acting's freaking atrocious, and I'm like, this is unwatchable. So this was at least watchable. I'm gonna say it's a 2. I'm wavering between. It's not it's awful, so I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Okay.
Brutal. I don't think that's brutal. That's a very average.
Brutal.
I think for this film,
2.5 is an average. It's an average score.
Well,
it's perfectly acceptable.
Isn't it technically below
You guys are making
average?
it out to be a classic. It's up there with God.
It is.
It's amazing. It's like you're calling me. The Godfather is a 5 man. Like you're going Fifth
Too
Element.
long.
I think like as far as like sci-fis go, I think it's pretty high up
I mean,
there.
if we're gonna talk like the Matrix, okay, now we're talking close to 5.
I would hold.
I don't know. I
pretty
think
close
the
to
2.5
sorry,
is
listen.
too low.
I have
Listen, we've all been given chances to give our honest rating. Let Ralph
You
have
gotta
his
keep it real. We
How
got,
dare you,
Fifth
Ralph?
Element got 3 5s. That's insane.
Listen, not one of us on this screen are collecting residuals off this movie, so just slow your roll. No one's getting royalties.
Bruce Willis is not come on the show. Bruce Willis is not going to come on because I gave
Right.
him 2.5.
So everybody just relax.
All right. Anyway, that said, thank you for watching us. But we have more.
Let's see the cover.
We have 2 things we got to show you. We got to go. We got a cover to unveil, and then we have another cover to unveil. We have dual covers to unveil. Casey, I uploaded the other one.
I saw, yes. So let's go with the cover we've all been waiting for and
I like
expecting.
Chris, by the way. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dun, da, da, da.
Bam!
Nice.
Bam.
I love the
Hellchild.
hair.
Hellchild. Our Hellchild character as Lilu, right? Lilu. Lilu, one of the Lus. Lilu.
Son, how do you do the background? Is that digital or did you paint that too?
Oh no. It's digital. I do everything digital on like a tablet.
Okay.
I just like I have like effects. I have like tips and tricks, you know, of the trade. Know what I'm saying?
Which we won't reveal here. Oh, very
Beautiful.
cool.
It's great.
Yeah, that's my favorite outfit she wears.
I love it. I love it.
There's like the other outfit too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't we have an alternate? Or no?
Yeah. No,
We
we're
do.
not doing that one. All right.
I was told just this one.
No.
Wait, let me just double check.
No worries.
I thought
No worries. I just made it for fun.
I just spent
I just have some time
months,
to kill.
yeah.
Hours of my
Maybe we
time.
don't. Oh, I thought maybe we're saving that one, son. I thought we did too. You're right.
Oh, okay. I wasn't supposed to talk about it. All right.
Yeah, I think we might be saving something for special. There was an alternate version, but we might be saving it. So we will unveil later.
Alternate
Okay.
version.
There's
What
like
alternate
five.
version? I don't know what you're talking about.
Saving, making a special cover for a 2-point whatever fucking movie. Wow. Just
Listen,
someone really hated it, apparently.
listen,
Thank you, guys.
the cover's a 5. I have no qualms with the cover or the outfit. I guess I should have given the
Movie a
a
higher
higher
rating.
rating just for that outfit.
You still have time. You still have time.
Just busting your balls, sir.
Mark has I totally understand. And I don't blame you guys. I mean, it feels like you guys are very into this movie.
So do we get a teaser for next week?
Oh, the alternate version is okay. I can't tell you guys. There's something else. So I put the link to grab that cover. If you guys are already Movie Club subscribers, I think we have 100-some subscribers or so. You're gonna get something else special. It's an homage cover that we did for fun. Do you have it there, Casey?
I do.
Let's unveil the homage where you guys are gonna. It's not a cover; it's a mini print. It's a mini print.
Oh,
You will get if you have a subscription. So you have to have a subscription to get the mini print with your subscription. It's a limited edition Clerks homage mini print. Let's say it.
That's so awesome.
That's so cool.
That
That's
will only
so
be
weird.
available to subscribers. It's going to come with your next cover that gets delivered to you. Look who's banned for life.
I love it.
It
Nice.
looks like me, Krystle, I've been banned, which is sad for us.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I won't be able to look at Jay and Silent Bob the same again.
Jay and Silent Bob look really good.
Oh my god,
They could totally deal in front of my store if they're going to look like that.
Kevin's he's been walking the hills. He's been doing the hiking, so he got ripped. He got ripped. But guys, if you subscribe, you get that print for free, just as a little thank you for coming in, tuning in, and being part of the movie club. So
I want to get that print for free.
If you don't subscribe, I don't know what to tell you.
And employees.
Maybe we'll release it as a print. You can do as an add-on. But subscribe, get your special print. Bring it to the convention. When you see Brian and Marilyn, they'll sign it for you. Maybe if they're nice enough to do so, or they might say, "No, I don't want to sign anything. Leave me alone." Who knows?
They pay me for it. I'll sign it.
I have another update. We might be doing this as a cover. We don't know yet. Maybe we'll do it as a cover. Mark is sending me live messages as I.
Let's bring them on, folks. Mark sells.
What about next week? What do we got?
Next month, maybe?
Next month. You want to do it next week?
Yeah.
We'll do it next week. We got trick-or-treat.
Let's do them all in a row. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
We got some
Trick or treat.
What did we pick? Find out next month.
Oh, I like C and B.
And I do like you got the. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the backgrounds today, but it's I really like the scratchy stuff that you got because that's very reminiscent of like the outfit in Trick or Treat.
Yeah. That's what I
like-
try to do with every cover. You know, I try to go with the poster, like the original poster of it. I give it kind of the same feeling, but yeah. Trick or treat. I'm so excited for this one.
I really have to kind of look this up because I don't know if I've ever seen that because it's not ringing any kind of a bell.
I think
it's an anthology movie.
Do you like horror? Do you like horror?
I do.
Okay, you're gonna like this then.
You might like it. You might like it. I think you'll like it.
That and Jennifer's Body probably came out around like the same time, right? Like
it's no Resident Evil, Marilyn, but it's fine. Marilyn loves Resident Evil. Guys, what do you have coming up? What do you guys want to plug? Does anybody want to tell us where they'll be coming up soon?
Next week I might be at New York. I will be at New York Comic-Con for a couple of days at the Legion M booth. Legion M has been very nice to who are our distributors for the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. They have a booth.
What nights will you be there, Brian?
Most likely the Thursday and Friday nights.
Well, if you'd like, join us for dinner.
That's off Friday.
If you're free.
Damn.
Marilyn, what are you doing? You gonna be in New York? You going to New York?
No, I can't. I mean, unless somebody wants
Are
to
you in
sponsor
LA?
my flight.
Are you back in LA? Are you back in LA?
Yeah, I'm back in LA. I will be joining because I am here in LA. I will be going to the screenings for Clerks 3 out here on the 2nd. It'll be down in San Diego. The 4th, it'll be at the Ace Hotel in LA, and then on the 5th, we'll be in Anaheim.
Nice. Wait, are you guys coming to Austin? You're not touring to Austin. This is not a thing.
I don't look. We are not guaranteed at all. I do not get paid to fly or I'm flown anywhere. It's like I flew myself to Jersey to be at the screenings over there for Clerks 3. So the only person you get guaranteed is Kevin. It's like we just happen to go to them, and
I just didn't know if they were doing like one of the tours down here.
I gotta imagine that there's some in Texas. Where in Texas? I don't know, but I could look that up for you.
Because Austin, we all know Austin's the only cool part of Texas, right?
No, they're coming to Dallas.
They are. They're coming to Dallas and they're going to Austin.
Yeah.
She's like, shut up, Brown.
So
just go to Clerks3.movie.
Clerks3.movie. I'm looking it up.
And then I will be in Minnesota on the 6th and 7th and 8th for Nerd Note Con. I thought you were gonna be there, Brian. I was so sad. I was like, no.
Where? Nerd Note Con?
Yeah, in Minnesota. But Harley will be there, so I'll get to spend some time with her, which is nice.
She's very, very cool too. So fans, go see Krystle and go see Harley Quinn Smith up at Nerd Now Con. Those guys really fun up in Rochester, Minnesota. Yeah, Ralph. The tour goes to Dallas November 13th, Austin November 14th. But I believe Austin has been sold out already.
Sold out.
What? You got? We need to pull some strings for this shit.
And then other than that, I'm going to be on Twitch a lot more lately. So you can find me on Krystle Starr X Twitch. So lots of paintings, lots of art shows coming up. So
check out Krystle's Twitch, Sun's new comic book that she kickstarted and it crushed.
I have a new one coming up. It's not Ormus. It's another co-created comic book that is called Pumpkin. It's gonna go all around Halloween themed everything. So if you like Halloween and you like horror, please back us. We're gonna go live October 11th.
And are you doing the interiors again?
No. The interiors are done by they're beautiful interiors by an artist named Keenan Halilovic, and he's amazing. So you guys have to check it out.
Hell yeah!
Very cool.
Did you ever see the movie Pumpkin, Son, by chance?
Pumpkinhead or
no Pumpkin?
No, I guess not.
Is that the one where the girl starts dating the mentally handicapped kid?
Yes. Son, it's got Christina Ricci in it, and
who I love.
Yeah, you need to see Pumpkin. They could never remake this movie now, but you should watch it.
Cool. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Got it.
If we only had a list we could put together so all of us could watch the same thing.
We had a flow chart.
Do we?
Oh, come see Zenescope at Comic-Con next weekend, booth 3037 or design 3037. We have a
3037.
Maybe Dorothy will be there. We don't know.
37. My God.
We will have a scratch-off game as well, so you can win prizes with our scratch-off. Every scratch-off is a winner. Just come to the booth and get your scratch-off. Giving away a MetaQuest 2 headset. We're giving away AirPods, books, all kinds of stuff. Noah. We're giving away Noah.
How is that process working? Is it like an auction or a raffle?
We never give away Noah.
Don't worry.
Your name's under the scratch off.
Wherever you're going to go, they're never going to put you in a garage. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm already in like a shipping container.
It can't get worse. It can't get worse for you now. All right. Well, that is all we have time for. We will see you next month.
Wait. What's the average score for this?
Yeah, everyone's
Zenescope.
So the average score is a 4.14, which is right under Pirates.
Under.
I want to point something out. So I've averaged everybody's score. So for example, Brian, your average score is a 3.36. Marilyn, a 3.37. Very close. Krystle, you're up at the 3.91. Ralph, you're at a 2.8. No one else is a 2, just you.
You're impressed. I need to be, I'm keep it real.
Did you pick the movies?
Hey, I keep it real.
All right. I'm gonna be honest. Fright Night, I thought I was gonna like it a lot better because I loved it years ago. Now I was just like, not my fault. True. Same thing with the other one. True, the Schwarzenegger one.
Total Recall.
Not that good.
Well, you're this week's biggest
it's on the flow
hater.
chart.
It's on the flow chart right there, man.
I swear, next year especially, we have some classics on there. So the scores are gonna go up. I don't know what you guys are gonna do because everything's just gonna be 5s. Everything's
Remember that, everybody. Remember
in your
that
world, in your guys' world, somewhere in this weird world, Barbarella, Godfather, and Fifth Element all are the same.
Well, listen, we could broaden the scale to 10, so that you could have more.
We could.
We
could. We might have to. Okay. That said, I love you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Love.
We will see you all soon. Love. Love.
Bye.
Love.